Today we're diving into a detailed repair of an iPhone 13, specifically focusing on the FaceID chip during a screen replacement. To give you some context, I've already removed the broken screen and transferred the front sensor assembly from the old display to the new one. What I have here is a high-quality Soft OLED screen replacement, which comes with a separate FaceID chip adapter. Our next step is to carefully move the FaceID chip over to this adapter. The FaceID chip is secured with epoxy glue on both the bottom and around the edges. To loosen it, I'm heating the chip with a hot air station set to about 350 degrees Celsius. I'm gently hovering over the chip and working my way around the edges with an edge removal tool. Next, I've increased the temperature to around 400 degrees Celsius. With the chip removal tool, I'm carefully loosening the chip from the epoxy. Now I need to remove the epoxy coating from the bottom side of the chip. As I move the soldering iron over the pads, I can see the epoxy starting to crumble. My technique involves lightly scratching the surface with the soldering iron tip while keeping the pressure minimal. I'm maintaining a temperature of around 400 degrees, ensuring I don't overheat the chip. After reflowing the pads with leaded solder and some flux to ensure a good connection, I'm using a solder wick to remove any excess solder. A quick cleanup with IPA follows, and after a thorough inspection, everything looks great. Now let's move on to the chip adapter that came with the new screen. The pads are already tinned with unleaded solder and a light coat of flux, but I'm also adding a thin layer of my own flux to ensure the chip seats properly. With the chip aligned, I'm applying heat from my hot air station set to 400 degrees Celsius with about 10% airflow. Watch closely as the chip settles into place, ensuring it's properly soldered to the pads. Next, I'll tin the adapter connector flex with leaded solder. The small holes in the connector will help with solder flow when I secure it in place. I'm using a fine-tipped soldering iron and some flux for this step. Now let's align the chip adapter with the solder pads on the new screen. I'll remove the tape from the backside, which helps keep the adapter in place while I solder. And just a tiny bit of flux goes on to avoid excess on the screen. The flux aids in solder flow, ensuring a solid connection. I'm also using a small amount of IPA on a cotton bud to prevent any liquid from seeping into the screen. And that's it. I hope you found this video informative. If you enjoyed it, don't forget to like and subscribe for more repair content.